We'll start with Assembly Explode. So under Operations, I can click on Assembly Explode. You will have to flatten the assembly and then drag the slider to the percentage of explode that you want and click OK. You can fine-tune that a little bit and then click OK. These parts will stay in the same position even if you save to another format. Annotations in 3D PDF. Let's look at that one. If I went ahead and throw a couple of dimensions on this part to have something to work with, and then let's do a quick dimension here, radial dimension here, and let's put an annotation in here. And I'll go ahead and give that some content. And now I'm going to go to the View browser, and I can control what's visible on a per view basis. So I'll start with a view here, and let's go ahead and throw another view in here. And I can click on that view and go back to that. We can change these names. On this one, I'm going to right click and add annotations to view and actually turn off that annotation. And on this one, I'll right click and add dynamic dimensions to view and actually turn off the dimensions. So what I've got is one view with just the dimensions and one view with just the annotation. Then I can save to 3D PDF if I have checked my boxes under Formats, under Settings, Formats, PDF Write. As long as you check Write Annotations as Wires and Dimensions as Wires, you can then save out a PDF and have that same basic result. Dimensions and annotation on a per view basis, which is a great communication tool, especially for those who don't have CAD systems. The next feature is BOM. So from home, I can do a click on Export BOM. Before I do that, just want to go to Settings and show that the BOM properties are all checked for part image, material, weight, surface area, bounding box. You can put in an address or a logo. I'll click OK. We'll go ahead and click on Export BOM. Ask us what we want to call it. And create screenshots of all the components since we checked that box. Let's look at the result. So we have a screenshot of the entire assembly, the address information, logo, weight, surface area, etc. And then for each individual part as well. Next one is industrial colors. So I want to select this geometry, operations, just click on colorize, and those will always be industrial colors. Or if the parts don't have existing assigned materials, they'll get industrial colors. Easier to work with than random colors. Let's look at a center line. So here I want to create a center line in this cylindrical face. So I'll go to Operations, add center line. There's the center line. If I click on that again and say down arrow and render on top and click in the screen area, now it's rendered on top. If I select it again and just set center line again, it'll reset. And then you can go into your assembly browser and remove that if you want to, too. Just select it, hide it, or delete it. Show origin is on the View toolbar. Just click on Show Origin. It'll show the XYZ coordinates in red, green, and blue. And you can resize that, by the way. Now I want to create a center point and move my origin to the center of this circle. So another feature is create center point. Start by grabbing a circular edge or an arc, and then we'll go to Operations and add center point. And it's telling us to check that show vertices are turned on so we can see that center point. So we'll go to View and center point, and there it is. And now I want to move this part so that the center point is at this origin. So the way I'll do that is I'll go ahead and go into body level selection, select this part, go into precise positioning, and I'll do a move to origin. And I'll say that I want to use the vertex to position. and it says go ahead and select the vertex. It previews where that's going to move to. I'll say good, done, and then click the X in the upper right hand corner to close precise positioning. Then I can go to my single select, click in the screen area, and we're back to where we were, and we'll go ahead and turn off those vertices now. So now the origin of this part is at the center of that hole. For surface normals, click on the surface, go to Operations and Surface Normal. And that'll create a surface normal on that surface, showing you that, yes, this surface is pointed the right direction, or this pull direction looks good, or whatever else you might need a surface normal for. Okay, let's look at Atomize. Atomize is a pre-existing feature from release 12, but now it's embedded in a button. So if you click on the button, it's going to write all the parts out discretely as STL files or whatever format you choose. So sometimes, let's say you're a 3D printing company and you want all these parts out so you can print them out separately. This would be a good way to do it. And then just pick the format, or then just pick the folder you want to put it out to. We'll put it in this blank folder here, and notice that it's pre-checked, assembly is XML, and atomized, so that you're ready to go. And let's click OK. So all those parts are created in short order, and I'll just sort them by type. It will make an XML file for some optional CAD data. For comparing PMI, in MagicCheck you can go to Open PMI Parts, find the two parts. Let's pick these two cat parts. Click OK, and then pick Compare PMI. It'll tell you that they're the same or different. And we can create a PMI compare report. I'll show you one. And it shows what's in common between the two files and what's not in common according to every PMI note in the file. And for Magic SDK, go to this tab, and we would open the part for SDK, which I've already done. You can drag and drop parts or subassemblies into other parts or subassemblies to restructure the assembly. You can explore setup. You can look at articulations for solar panels, which direction they'll rotate, the bus assembly, which way it can rotate and move, and how many degrees each direction. You can define solar panel groups and what the efficiency of the panel is, and the attach points for cameras and other sensors. And then save this out along with its ancillary file and bring it into SDK, which is the system toolkit created by AGI and ANSYS, and then simulate orbits around the Earth or point-to-point flights, etc. But there's so much in this product, there's a separate video for that, and I'll put that in the description. And that pretty much does it for everything that's new in Release 14. In a separate video, we'll cover R14 SP1. Thank you for watching.